Every generation thinks two things. The younger generation is doomed, and they themselves survived the last good era of humanity. It's just in our human nature. Gen X was told television would rot their brains. My brain. Millennials were blamed for killing industries they couldn't afford. Gen Z inherited a collapsing internet and somehow got accused of causing it. And underneath all the memes and insults is the same uncomfortable truth. Most generations are just products of whatever disaster raised them. They rebel against it, and they fight for it, all in the same breath. Different technology, different trauma, same confused human beings, pretending they know what's happening, and they understand it better than the last generation, who's just lost and confused. Tonight in the Tavern, on episode 527, Gen X versus Millennials versus Gen Z, we ask, are generations actually different, or just surviving different versions of the same broken world?
Put that long day behind you, good times lie ahead, with company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open, you'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear, cause we're the talk the tavern. Here you're always welcome, the talk the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam, the talk the tavern. Music, medicine, then some, the talk the tavern. The song's over, here we come.
And welcome to the Tavern. I'm your host, Travis Sivart, and it's been a crazy week here, hasn't it? So much so that I'm going to drink something creamy, white, and that I don't usually put in my mouth. It's rum chata. So I had a little, 1 ounce sampler or whatever. I already threw away. Encouraged by everybody to shake it. Little teeny white, thin, barely fits in my hand. You guys know the deal.
Sounds like a personal problem to me.
Right. So, Ed, what do you got?
I have a bottle of John J. Bowman's, and I've only had this once before, shared with Travis and Andrea as we did a review on it, and I have forgotten how absolutely delicious it is. Toffee and caramel and vanilla and just all kinds of yummy sweetness in a glass.
You know, I bet. Andrea's got such a good sense of smell. I'm always like, you got a great sniffer. I bet you with a little practice, she'd be really good at wine tasting or whiskey tasting. I know
I'll taste all of it.
Well, I know you're already great tasting, but yeah. Who are you passing it off to, Ed?
Andrea.
So I just want to say no cheese tonight, Ed.
I do have I have dinner tonight. I've got cheese, I've got garlic stuffed olives, I've got tuna. I'm having dinner tonight on the show, folks. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh. Well, Andrea Lachette here, and I have little teeny tiny Mr. Goodbars because they're my favorite. And tea in my boba tea cup.
Where's your coffee flavored moonshine?
You drank it all.
Over there somewhere.
No, I don't do moonshine. That's you and Andrea, Ed. I know she took them out of my office today because I think she forgot she owned them, and she's like, "I'll drink those." And I was just checking to see if it's going to be tonight.
Not today, not right now.
No, not right.
Oh, I hate to interrupt. Have you tried the blueberry moonshine?
Mm-hmm.
It's yummy.
It's not like the damson.
No, that damson was good. Shall I do it? Damn, son. But anyway, that was good.
Okay, Kevin, it's your turn. What do you got?
Well, Travis's was small and white. Mine is 6 inches long, 2.5 inches wide, and bright orange.
God.
It's a Thatcher's blood orange cider.
Yeah, that's a personal problem.
This is dangerously tasty. It's really nice for cider. It's got a really nice edge of sharpness. It's blood orange, which is normally packaged with a lot of sugar when you see it in other food products. But in this, it actually tastes like a proper blood orange. It's very, very nice. Goes down very easily.
I don't think we have that here.
I know we got some blood orange stuff. I just don't know what. Okay, I can put that away. Let's do an opening toast here. And hold on, I gotta move my notes to the other screen, which always interferes with something. Okay, now let's put that up there so I can't see chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna look at it all damn night. And read every damn thing. So, what are we doing? We're fighting generations against each other.
Yeah.
Here's to the children that we helped raise and the ones that we didn't. May they always get the fuck off my lawn.
Yeah, bitches.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh.
That's okay. That's a nice little cinnamon flavor there. All right. I'm kind of pleased with that. Hopefully it didn't have an expiration date, because that's been hanging around for a while. If I get violently ill, we all know, has an expiration date. So, we want to talk about Gen X versus Millennials versus Gen Z. We ain't even including the boomers because they don't remember what the hell
bitches, because we the shit. So anyway.
So, let's talk about, because we, as Gen X and or boomer, as the case may be.
He's on the cusp, so he's both. It's fine.
We include him in ours because...
Did you just call me bi?
Sure.
Okay.
All our lives, we've heard the older generations complaining about the younger generations. And now we have the internet and we have all these videos, and it's amazing because it looks like Gen X is still the forgotten generation, but not because we were forgotten. It's because we fucking ducked. Like, we were raised up with, like, the older generation telling us children are seen, not heard, and younger generations going, why'd you fuck up my world? And we're just like, you know what, guys? Have a good time. And the younger generations came out with this, okay, boomer. And they'll refer to Gen X, and we're just like, I didn't open my fucking mouth. Leave me alone. So, we've seen the generational divide from our grandparents and our parents, most of which who are dead at this point. And if you're Gen X and you're treating them the same way they treated you as they were bringing you up, you're ignoring them now.
Yep.
True story. But yeah, I want to talk about the stereotypes and cliches and strengths and all the things that define the three... You know what? I don't care. We could throw Gen Alpha in there. We could throw boomers in there. We could throw them under the bus. I don't fucking care. Talk about them all. But here's what I will say. Gen X was named Gen X because it was Roman numeral 10. It was the 10th generation in the United States to be born. And then these dumbasses after us came out with, I'm a millennial because I was born on the cusp of a new... Shut up. I'm Gen Z. No, you're not. You're Gen XII. Oh, I'm Gen Alpha. Oh, shut up. It doesn't go from Gen Z to Gen... I am so...
You okay, man?
They're dumbasses.
You're starting to sound like a boomer.
Well, thank you.
What about the silent generation? You don't hear shit from them.
They're dead, Andrea.
They're
except
dead.
for Betty White. She faked it. Her and Chuck are at a bar in Havana going, fuck, Cuba is messed up right now. Hey, somebody else, come on, jump on it.
And then there was that.
Yeah, you had to harass me to shut up, so.
No, I didn't want to get you. Kevin, roll, man.
This is not new, this, is it? Let's be honest. It's not just our parents' generation or the last few generations. you guys all saw it recently. I put that post in our private Discord chat. This has been going on for centuries.
Right.
Every generation disses the ones that come after it. The one that comes after it thinks they're superior and disses the one before it for being outdated and slow. And it's been going back to the dawn of time. There was a wonderful meme I shared with these guys that went all the way back to, what was the oldest one? Something like 800 BC or something.
Yeah, it was like Socrates or something.
Or BCE, depending on how you feel about that.
My generation just said BC.
Yeah, so did mine.
There's a whole comic strip based on it.
Oh, that was before.
And we said it before yours.
Yeah, it's before everyone learned how to be professionally offended, as opposed to just on an amateur basis.
That's a fair point. Just like AD no longer means what it used to mean. They're like, what else fits that? Anal domination. What?
Mm-hmm.
That's what AD means, in case anybody in the younger generations hasn't seen it on TikTok yet. AD stands for anal domination. And BC was originally BBC, but they chopped one of the B's off.
Okay.
It was too much to handle. They had to take at least one letter up.
Bam. Oh, before we get too far on this,
yeah.
I'm into, before we toast it while we're going around the room and everything, sound effects made me think of it. There's a man you all don't ever see. Steve.
The man that makes us all sound good. Wish he could make us all look good, but he makes us all
sound good. Shout out to Steve.
That's right.
Shout out
Keep
to
on
Steve
going.
tonight.
Here's to Steve.
The silent guy in the corner who's doing something that makes us all sound better. Yeah.
Not the cat.
So
That's a different story.
Here to Steve.
Who's Steve? I'll have another one.
That's pretty good. I'm very pleased with that. I'm surprised. I have found regular rum no longer tickles my fancy. If it's cracking, it's good.
Good.
Why?
I never could figure that out.
Why regular rum?
Yeah, you like rum so much. I thought it was just a Bloomer versus Gen X thing.
No. I haven't
See what
been
I did there?
drinking rum regularly for almost 20 years now. So I guess when we first kind of hung out, I was into the rum. And then it changed over to whiskey as maybe my palate matured. Or something like that.
Nah, get off my lawn.
Right. So, Ed, are you checking comments of our live viewers and making sure we're not missing anything?
It's only us and Katina, and she's just laughing her ass off at us. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're good. Cheer on, baby girl.
Yeah, I can't figure how much I'm allowed to flirt with your baby girl in front of
Flirt?
my wife
Go ahead.
at a live audience.
Go ahead. I flirt with your wife in front of my baby girl.
Earlier, your baby girl was flirting with my wife. This is getting good, baby.
You know,
So,
gotta do what you gotta do.
like, I got some notes here. And
Yeah, let's
kinda-
get into that.
Yeah, and let me just throw these notes down, and then we can argue them over and go, because it's a tangent night. It's going to be one of those beautiful shows at like 3 weeks from now. Like, I don't know what we talked about, but we had a great time that night. When we learned what AD and BC means. So yeah, I want to do what I've told you guys don't do. I want to like give my final closing thoughts right now, like it matters. But Gen X is defined by independence, skepticism, and fuck around and find out, or figure it out if you're in polite company. Millennials are known as a transition generation between analog and digital.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z being digital natives, speed, and new expectations. So we could talk about how technology changed shit. And that's what you were saying earlier. I believe Ed and Kevin had a little say in this, where we've been hearing this shit all our life. And it's been going on for not just decades or centuries, but thousands and thousands of years. Basically, since we had language where we could bitch about our parents or our kids, we've been doing it. And we've said that on so many shows throughout the past 520 or whatever many episodes. This shit is not new. But with technology making this weird, hiccuping, drunken, staggering leap, is it new now? Is there a difference between generations now that we have...
Yes.
Go Ed, go.
Yes. And I don't know if it's the technology or exactly what it is, but it seems to me later generations, there is a huge lack of socialization skills.
Which is
And
funny
I
considering
think
how much we use computers for social
we're
media.
using it right now. Look at this right now. Go ahead. Go, Kevin.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why we don't have these social skills. We don't interact with each other face to face. We do all our shopping online, so we don't go into stores and talk to cashiers anymore because it's all self-service. So there's very little human interaction when we go out in public. Ironically, the more we expand into the wider world on the internet, the less we learn how to communicate on a personal level. And this is why, and I see the same thing with Ed. I employ lots of staff who are younger than me, and there is definitely a mindset gap. Up to a certain point, you can argue that all the way through history, as we said, over all of these hundreds of years, there's always culturally and socially defining moments that mark the difference between one generation and another. Religious changes, not necessarily technology. It's the one that's always referred to recently because of the internet, which it's not so much it was just another technological change. It's like Ed said, this was a rocket leap, an exponential curve in technological development. Because everything is now delivered on a plate to you. I don't know the answer to something. Before, when I grew up, you went to a fucking library.
Or you talked about
it. Or you asked a teacher, or you went to your mum and dad and said, do you know about this? And they're like, oh, no, but
big encyclopedia sets. Remember those?
God, they were beautiful. Yeah. How many of you liked the look of a full encyclopedia set? Am I the only?
Loved it.
Okay. Kev,
loved it.
You too?
Yeah, absolutely. If I've got a series of books, I have to have the corresponding one that matches the set. I can't have a set of books where one of them is a slightly different cover set. It just irritates the hell out of me.
I remember my first.
Katina said, "Smartphones, stupid people." But anyway, go ahead, Travis.
True.
Yeah.
My first long-term relationship, when we broke up, it was also the first home computer I had. And when we broke up, I went, you keep the computer, I get the encyclopedia set.
Oh, yeah.
Smooth move.
Oh, no, she fucking stole it from me anyway. As well as a firearm of mine, many of my tools. So, good times. Good times.
Kevin, you brought up something, self-service at cashiers and checkout and so forth and so on. And I think this is the boomer in me. Yes, I do order offline quite a bit because I don't want to deal with going to the mall or whatever, what have you. But when I have to go into a store, I hate it when the only thing that is open is the self-service checkout.
Why?
I'm in the fucking store. Give me a person to interact with me, okay?
See, my thing is the opposite because I hate it too, Ed. But my opinion is I don't see any prices discounted. But I am now doing the job of somebody else that was being paid, and I'm paying the same goddamn price.
I object on.
So, okay, a lot of people hate self-checkout. I don't mind it because then I could see what the price is. If I can't see what it is, and then I get the receipt, sometimes I'm overcharged.
Kevin, what were you going to say?
All of those are valid reasons that I agree with, and also because every time I look at a self-service terminal, I see somebody else who lives in my country who isn't doing a job.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand why they exist. I understand why corporations have brought them in and the money it saves.
They're taking them out too.
But
a lot of places are taking them out now
because they lost so much money from people stealing shit. Sorry, Kev, you were saying.
No, I was pretty much coming around to the same kind of point. Given the choice between go into a store that only used self-service or one that still employed human beings, it's the second one every single time. I think there comes a moral responsibility where you have to weigh up convenience against contributing to a negative societal change.
I've probably costed a couple of stores some money because I've gone in, I got my shopping cart, it's fully loaded. I get up to the front, there's 2 cashiers with great long lines, and they're like, number 2 is open over here. It's like, it's fucking self-checkout. But I'm not going to wait for a half hour for that person to check me out. I will leave my groceries sitting here in the middle of the fucking women's lingerie, and I'll drive to the next store.
Where Ed's shopping run always finishes. Yeah.
I'm just imagining his wife leaning over going, baby, you're talking out loud again.
Ed's worked out the perfect triangle of minimalist movement within his local store. He's just straight in bourbon, cheese, panties, done.
The manager is like, excuse me, sir, you can't do bra fittings if you're not employed here.
But I went to school for that.
Yeah, college doesn't qualify as going to school for bra fittings. Yeah, some cases.
Oh, okay. I see both sides of that. But also, there are people that work the self-checkouts. So they have to kind of like, the robots will take over our jobs. No, they won't. Because one of my jobs is to fix the things that the robot messes up. So you got to have someone to fix what they mess up and to fix the robot. So it's all how you look at it.
Okay, if we've kind of ran through the thoughts on this, I've got something else to throw in the mix.
Go ahead, baby. Put it out there.
You good, Kevin?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So we kind of touched on it earlier. I wanted to come back around to it. Because of the way we communicate en masse now, we no longer have cultural shared experiences, whether it was the space shuttle exploding or these sort of things, even something incredible leap forward as a culture or as a country or a religion or a sports team. Even though we might share that, it's so brief now, it doesn't even take up a week of our headspace.
No.
Because there's immediately something else to shove in your mouth. And maybe it's a cat video. Don't put that in your mouth. But what do you guys think with the shared experiences? We're not shaping a group identity of a generation anymore because we're all running in 1,000 different directions.
I think you're absolutely spot on, yeah. I mean, you don't... there's such an instantaneous access to news and information now that it's not like when everybody used to get the news at the same time and you used to have a period in the day or a certain, time scale within which it was the hot topic that everyone talked about. Because, you'd only hear about it when the news was on at 6 or, when Dad picked the paper up off the mat in the morning or wherever it came from, You'd have these sort of communal timelines where everybody was finding out about the latest big breaking story worldwide at the same time. Now it's so instantaneous. When was the last time I looked at my smartphone? 40 minutes before you just found out about that board already. I've looked at 6 other clickbait since then. That's old news to me. Go on.
Imagine some of the things that were generational shaping cultural events worldwide as we were growing up. The Berlin Wall coming down. Now, let's take that for an example. Imagine if that happened today. Within 24 hours, there would be hundreds of articles slamming it in both directions. Cheering it on one hand, other people defacing the event for some reason that you wouldn't even think of till 20 years later when conspiracy theories happen. And this is taking value away from shared cultural experience.
Yeah, I'll go back even further than that because I'm a boomer. First man on the moon.
Right.
That was huge back in '69 when that happened. talked about it for weeks on end. We just sent man didn't land, but around the moon.
Right.
For the second time in our history after 50 fucking years. Almost silence. Nobody,
Right.
and like you just said, they are questioning now whether or not we actually went to the moon 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's and also you had a certain reverence for these events. Look,
Oh, absolutely.
in the 80s, Space Shuttle Challenger exploded. Yes, a month later we had all kinds of tasteless jokes. Absolutely disrespectful, horrible jokes. There was so
Now
too
it's
soon in the 80s.
I've got a few.
But yeah, it's now, the folks going around the moon, oh, their toilet's clogged. We all knew about it. They're making jokes about Canadians shitting themselves and flushing their spacesuit. And I'm like, I'm not saying that's not amusing or whatever, but maybe we wait till they land before we make that joke. Maybe we don't. I mean, I don't actually have a real problem with it. But there's no chance to bask in it anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kev.
You just summed up what I was about to come in and say. We're not given time between each event to consider the ramifications of it, because within the next 10 minutes, an hour, there's something new, and then something else, because we've moved towards this sort of
Mhm.
clickbait, dopamine-driven kind of information feed, and nothing has any significance anymore because of that. Doesn't matter. It could be a world-spanning event. It could be a cat stuck up the tree in your local neighborhood. It's just the latest 30-second bite of dopamine, and it has no more importance or relevance than the one before it or the one after it.
Okay.
Oh, so off the news and stuff, shows. I remember when you had to wait every week for a new show. And then there was times where you couldn't watch that unless you reruns. Now, you get a whole season and then you got to wait for the other season. I get pissy because I'm spoiled. I want to know what happens. Come on. Because I'll binge it. Unlike before,
Yeah.
you had to wait and everyone would
Wait,
discuss
thankfully.
it and you'd have the anticipation. Now it's just click next.
Yep. Next. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually very
And
true. Oh, sorry, okay.
I was only going to just make a quick tie-in that's a perfect example of what we were talking about earlier about these communal moments amongst a fandom, Andrea. If you're Doctor Who fans or whatever your show is, and you're at school, Doctor Who is on a Thursday night. Friday morning, the only conversation is about last night's Doctor Who.
Mhm.
But now, streaming services, whatever, I watched it Tuesday, I saw it Thursday, I got it illegally via a VPN from America and watched it 3 weeks ago, and I'm already on to the next series. You've lost those communal timing moments that brought everyone together because there was something of the moment to
Socialization.
discuss. Yeah.
So how's
Yeah.
this to tie into generations? I mean, are we doing this across humanity no matter what generation? Or is Gen X and Boomers still going, hold on, take a beat, let's enjoy this, or bitch about it, or probably bitch about it, but whatever.
I think you're the Gen X and Boomers. We're trying to still slow it down a little bit. One of the things with me as a Boomer is, and the other side of, we think the next generation is always worse than us, but
Mm-hmm.
how I find myself going, shit, I sound like my parents.
Okay. Is that bad, or are you just older and wiser?
Well, when I was young, I thought it was a bad thing. Now that I'm older, I won't necessarily say wiser. I'm like, damn, now I understand my parents.
But that's when you know somebody is wise, when they go, I won't say wiser. You're like, they know how much they don't know.
It ties into what we were saying a couple of episodes ago as well about the fact that as you get older, your level of I don't give a fuck gets much higher. Everything deprioritizes for you. So I haven't got the time or the energy to waste on this anymore. I understand my parents now. I thought this was such a righteous cause, and they were like,
Fuck
and I
that
was
shit.
annoyed by their apathy, and now I fully understand it and embrace it and have made it my own.
That leads back to the age-old question of, what can I do about it? You know, and at what point in time does it become valuable? And it feels like nowadays, it feels like 30 years ago, if you protested something, if you spoke about something with passion and intelligence, it had an effect. And nowadays, there's just so many people doing this. And yeah, some intelligent, wise, caring people, and a lot of fucking assholes. Go ahead.
Okay. Their protest lacks passion and intelligence. I think they're just protesting out of the fucking sake of protesting. And when they're challenged on their idealism, it's bullshit.
Well, I mean, goddamn, how dare you question my idealism because I'm right, you're wrong, and I've got all kinds of... This is what I want to say.
Exactly.
Algorithm. This is something that is breaking our younger generation.
Yes.
When we were younger, the information we were digesting was both sides. Matter of fact, I didn't realize ABC, NBC, CBS were different sides of the argument. So I watched any of them, all of them.
That's all there was. So yeah, of course.
Right. But now the algorithm will slice your favorite flavor of cake, so you never even realize there's other flavors.
Right.
Except for that one major one that everybody else is eating. Kevin, what were you saying?
Absolutely.
You just reminded me of something. There's a brilliant interview between Trevor Noah and, what's his name? The lad from SNL, Josh. Can't think of his surname. Anyway, they're discussing social media and how it had driven people to be more critical of each other, you know, more freely critical of each other than before. And that he makes a very good point where he points out that back in the day when your news came from television, when it came from newspapers, you know, that everybody in your peer group was given the same information. Ignore for a moment whether that information was 100% accurate. You all got the same information, and you then interpreted it based on your own personal feelings about that information. These days, you have somebody on the far right, for example, who, by very nature of algorithms, is being deliberately fed information and articles that are canted towards his beliefs because social media has identified that he will show more interest and click on these things more often. Then on the other hand, you have a guy on the left who's exactly the same treatment. So these two guys are being shown by their source of information two very different slants on exactly the same thing, designed deliberately to appeal to them. And this is why we now get so much bitter conflict between people arguing, because this guy over here is convinced it's black, this guy over here is convinced it's white, because that's what social media has told them, and they're stood there fighting over what's left of grey.
Yeah, they don't even know the other one's side anymore.
Exactly. It's a really interesting point when you start to think about it carefully, that we have now got such a diverse and slanted, almost sort of propaganda style media.
Yeah.
Compared to everybody picking up the same copy of the same paper off the shelf at the shop in the morning, and then in the evening discussing with the family. Have you seen this? You know, we're coming at it from a ridiculously biased situation now, where there is almost no way of knowing if any source of news is true. You just have to believe it's all vague bullshit.
Yeah.
Andrea.
It's all fake media.
So this is true. And another thing is, before all the social media and putting your stuff up there to get that click, that like, whatever, and having this computer that you carry around with you to show everybody everything,
and don't use
people were enjoying the moment. Now they're recording it and they're not even paying attention to
they're not participating in it.
Yeah, and I realized this the other day because we went out with some work colleagues to a bar. And then, like yesterday, one said we should have took a picture. I was too busy enjoying myself in conversation and everything to get my phone.
We all were, but we were all older except for one person who's in their early 20s who was on their phone 80% of the time.
Wow.
While sitting at the table and talking to the rest of us.
Wow.
They were also hunched over a phone. The little
No.
glow underneath.
No.
Now, I'm not going to say I never done that because when these things first came out, oh yeah, I was fascinated. I'd be on it all
Oh,
the time.
look, I can play blackjack.
We did
But
the
I
same
got
thing with Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Andrea had an interesting statement there, recording the moment. Okay. And this is definitely a generational thing. My generation, if you were walking down the street and you heard gunfire, you ran for cover. These later generations walking down the street, hear gunfire. Let's stick that phone up in the air, baby. Let's see what's happening. Oh, I got it, damn it. I got it. YouTube, baby. I'm getting 1 million likes tonight.
It's crazy what happens now. I mean, there's situations where it's good that it's recorded, but people put themselves in harm's way just to get that
Just
shot,
to get
that
that
recording.
shot. Mhm.
Let me point this out. You can stand around the corner of a building and stick just your camera out. Get the fuck out of the way and then film it.
Just go. Save yourself.
No, don't. Not these people. There's a
No.
few of them I'm like, no, you should get closer.
You got more,
Yeah.
Travis?
No, I mean, not without just kind of, is this
Well,
generational?
I got some stuff,
Go ahead.
and not to beat up on a particular generation. I think we mentioned this once before as a possible topic for a full show, but I think it fits here just as well. Statistics on Generation Z. Generation Z is not having sex as much as previous generations.
Mm.
Generation Z is not having kids. Got to have sex to have kids, of course, as much
Not
as
always.
previous generations.
Which, by the way, there's pros and cons for that one without even being sarcastic. But not having kids might be a smarter fucking idea for a while.
Oh yes, I don't
Across
disagree.
the board. But go on, sorry.
And yes, Katina, not having sex, that's no damn fun. Okay. No fun at all. But Generation Z is giving up on home ownership. They're not trying to buy homes like previous generations. I know my generation, that was the thing. You get out, you earn money, you buy
the
yourself
key
a
is
home.
they have to get out first.
Well, that is true.
They're like in their parents' house going, I can't afford a home. Are you
Now,
working?
here's the next one.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
And the last one. Let you comment all you want after this one. They've done studies over the last 100 years of recording generations, whatever how many years it is. Gen Z has posted the first generation to post lower IQs than the previous generation. All previous generations IQs went up. Gen Z IQs have gone down. You motherfuckers need to get out, have kids, have sex, and buy some homes and get your IQs up.
Well,
So here's something I want to say. I guess it's Gen Z, but probably mostly millennials. This is a positive thing. Travis and I have discussed this. When I work, and I work myself to detriment, I guess. And it's like, it has to get done. Let me do it. If they don't do it, I got to do it. This new generation, like the millennials, they're like, no, I'm not doing the job of 3 people with no. What?
We've
You
had
could
that
do that?
conversation before.
yeah.
And so instead of, because getting older and the job is hard on my body. And I'm like, why am I killing myself when these other people aren't? Why am I doing extra to keep? Yeah, they taught me don't do that.
Right.
I quite often tell other employees, but even managers, sometimes you cannot succeed until you fail. If you keep on doing the job of not just 2 people for a short period, but 3 people permanently, they're not going to fill that gap. They're not going to fix that problem because you know what?
Don't
Your
need to.
dumbass got it. Right. It's not an emergency, so they're not responding to it.
Well, and if you keep doing it, they're not going to promote you because you're doing this and saving them money.
Right.
So you're just screwing yourself.
Hey, Tal, we are not going to ignore you. How are you doing?
Hey, Tal.
Hey,
So, we got anything more on this? I did want to comment on that IQ thing. Ed, did that study that you looked at tell us how far regressed Gen Z is? Or Gen
I
Alpha?
don't remember the percentage versus previous generations going up. I don't remember what the
I mean,
percentage
have
was
they
of
dropped back
Gen
like
Z
one
going down.
generation or three? No, remember?
They
No,
just used a
remember.
percentage. They didn't say, yeah,
Well,
Andrea.
I think a lot of that is because of the COVID thing, and then they didn't
Oh,
do
sure.
school like in person or anything, and it was online or it wasn't structured. I think that had a lot to do with it.
No.
No?
It had something to do with it. Yes. I won't agree with it a lot. And the reason I
Because a
say
lot of
that,
them didn't go to college
right. There
after
is
that.
one group, because it was 2 to 4 years, depending where you were. Let's call it an average of 3 years of homeschooled on computers or whatever. Okay, that's all of high school for some people, or all of middle school. But the generations bracketing that, who were only out 1 year, or had 3 more years after of school, or whatever, they don't have that excuse. It is a small block of that generation. If a generation covers 15, 20 years, the ones that actually lost a significant portion isn't that large.
Mhm.
And I really do think it has, and it's horrible to say, I feel bad saying it, but coddling your kids as a parent, as opposed to challenging them, let them rise to that challenge, protecting them in bubble wrap from the whole world, social and physical. This is good.
But you can't do a lot of the things that
Right.
our generation has done because you get in trouble for every little thing. You raise your voice, you say they
Yeah,
can't do anything, and the state
yeah,
will yank them away. Say
yeah.
you're wrong.
True.
So
Well, the state can have them. But
Katina, two things here. Katina brought up a good point about going back to the Gen Z and the low IQ. She said, read a book.
right.
And I think that goes back to the computer age, cell phone age, blah, 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 blah. Does anybody just sit back and read a book anymore?
people don't study. People don't study anymore. More to the point, and we don't acquire or desire knowledge the way we used to. We still have a thirst for knowledge. It's built into human nature, but if you wanted it before, we were talking earlier, just at the start of the show, about lovely old sets of encyclopedias versus home computers. Great example. You're looking through an encyclopedia. When was the last time you found the word you were looking for straight away and didn't read another word in that book? You might pick up a stray bit of information on the way, but more importantly, if you wanted the answer to something, you had to go out and look for it, and it instilled into us a sense of a desire to discover. Yeah. Now, what do? You pull your smartphone out of your pocket and Google it. We learned maths because it was the only way to navigate the world without being a complete idiot and being ripped off. These days, what do? I pull out my smartphone and use a calculator I carry everywhere in my pocket.
We've had the younger, Andrea and I at work has had the younger generation that we're like, you're taking this supplement. Have you researched it? And they like, oh yeah, I went on TikTok. And we're like, no, that's not how you research. That's another idiot spouting shit they heard somewhere. That's not an official.
because they're getting paid to sell this to you, so of course they're going to tell you the good stuff.
Right. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It
reminds me of something you said at the top of the show, Travis, because you were saying about millennials were the transitional generation as far as technology goes. I'd argue actually it's us, it's Gen Z. Not Gen Z, sorry, it's Gen X. So we didn't have computers when we were born, and then the earliest forms of computers came along, and we were the first ones ever to experience internet with horrendously slow dial-up modems and stuff. But we had that
20-minute porn download, baby.
One line at a time.
Yeah. But we had that sense of one.
Boop, boop.
To us, the internet was something that had the potential to be phenomenal.
Right.
You know, oh
Mm.
my God, think about the learning we can achieve if everybody in the world has access to this wealth of information. Imagine how much we can achieve if we can talk to people on the other side of the globe instantaneously without the need for phones. And then we sat back and we watched the millennials turn that into TikTok.
Money. Follow the dollar.
Yeah, money. And
Well,
I
and the
remember.
internet's how we all know each other because we're not from the same place. Well,
Here
except
we
for
are. We're all sitting in a tavern together in Tappahannock, Virginia. Damn it.
Well, actually, I did not meet Ed because of the internet.
yeah,
And I
you
didn't
knew
meet
him.
you because of the internet.
Oh yeah, no.
And matter
You
of
met
fact,
Kevin.
the people that introduced us, we didn't even meet them because of the internet.
No.
So
To be fair,
Oh,
through the internet is the safest way to meet me.
Tal, I'm an early millennial technically and didn't have a computer for a while, though we were early comparatively because Dad is a computer engineer. I like to think of myself as an honorary Gen X.
there you go.
I'll give you that.
that's something else. There is birth date generationals,
Yeah.
and then there is attitude and culture generationals.
Generations.
And
Yeah.
I do feel you can be part of a generation that you don't fit into when you look at the calendar. But with your worldview and your sense of being and interaction, my son, who is 22, 23, he is more like Gen X than Gen Z. And that's just the fact of how he was raised. And now, of course, the longer he's out on his own, he's got a drift going on. And I see the way he interacts. He's definitely being influenced culturally. What are you giggling at? Is there something you want to add from the comments? Okay.
Tal.
I'm just saying you could be in a group you may not normally belong to. I've done it all my goddamn life. Closing thoughts?
Yeah,
on
me
this?
too.
Yeah.
Is that the closing thought?
Well, my closing thought, and it's not really a closing thought, but I'd like to hear something, a meme I posted in a group today. I'd like to read that. I told a teenager today, I used to get 10 tapes for a penny in the mail, and I'm not sure she thinks I'm lying about what a tape is, what a penny is, or what the mail is, or all three.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I remember getting LPs from Columbia House. And all the
You
way
had
to
to
CDs.
tape the penny to the thing and
Yeah.
mail it back.
Yeah.
Mail it back.
And then wait. You don't know if they got it. You just wait.
And maybe something showed up in 2 months. And in the meantime, the next week when you got another one out of the TV guide, you went ahead and put it on there as your middle name. Your last name.
And they're still probably searching for me for those VHS tapes I got back in 1980.
Look at my Little Mermaid.
I have that one.
I know you do. Andrea, closing thoughts?
Oh God, I forgot.
Ah, see, she is a boomer in heart.
Boomer.
Welcome to Ed's side.
Welcome to my world, baby.
Well, you have cheese, so it's all right.
There.
Of course, at your age, you know what cheese does to you. What about you, Kevin? Got some closing thoughts?
I think just that. So you asked the question a couple of times tonight. Is this a generational thing? You know, I don't think this actually has anything to do with each individual generation. I think all we're really seeing here is just another outward social example of human nature. It's in our nature to compete with each other. This is why generations have been criticizing each other for so long through history, and why it's not anything we've invented new. And also why it doesn't matter what happens over the next 50, 100, 200 years. In 200 years, you'll tune into a podcast and they'll be talking about this same topic.
You're right.
But not as good as we did.
No, of course not.
We did it better, motherfucker.
We're the OGs. But, sorry, if you're Gen Z, we're the goats. What you're seeing is just another example. Like, humans will look for any way to compete against each other and measure up against each other. And the best way to do that is to find somewhere where you can clearly define one group from another. Black versus white, rich versus poor. It doesn't matter where you draw the line. Gen X versus Gen Z. It's just another example of how we can split humanity into two groups. So one group can go, fuck you, we're the better one.
Us versus them. Human culture.
Yeah.
Andrea.
Oh no, I have no thoughts on this.
You saw your hand move.
All right.
So I'll do closing thoughts and the closing toast. I don't think it's so much generational as cultural. We are having a cultural split in how we're delivered information and how easy it is to close your eyes to the other side now. And how easy it is to manipulate people to make an us and them xenophobic, situation in our life. Don't let them do that to you. Human beings are naturally curious, based on discovery, and confrontational. Use that to your benefit to meet other people, interact with them, learn from them, and hopefully they're doing the same thing. And we don't get caught in this riptide of ignorance and this onslaught of slutty little yummy videos that's the same thing as getting McDonald's. It's making us fat, lazy, and unhealthy. So, hey, here's to hoping we survive this part of the human race.
Here.
Here. Drink to that.
Okay, thank you for joining us on this episode of Talk of the Tavern. Make sure you check us out on the next episode and raise a glass with us about another topic. If you liked what you're hearing, make sure you share this with a friend, which is another thing we don't do so much anymore because algorithm is what it is. Also, drop us a follow, drop us a like, and do all those things. If you want us to hear your thoughts on this topic or suggest another topic, drop us an email at talkofthetavernshow@gmail.com. Other than that, don't be a dumbass, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
I know.